You broke the law years ago. Instead of taking you to jail or deporting you and not giving you the ability to ever come back to America, we're asking you to leave right now. If you want to come back into this country, do it the right way. If it takes 2, 3, 5 years, it's going to take 2, 3, 5 years. And then you will become a citizen and then be permanent in this country.
Do want to get to an update on a story that we have been tracking over the past several days here. A Wisconsin man is accused of now forging a letter threatening President Trump's life in an effort to get another man deported. Prosecutors said in a criminal complaint filed Monday that Demetric Scott, seen on the right side of your screen there, was behind a letter sent to state and federal officials with the return address and name of Ramon Morales Reyes. Scott has now been charged with felony witness intimidation, identity theft, and 2 counts of bail jumping. Immigration agents arrested Morales Reyes on May 21st after he dropped his child off at school in Milwaukee. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem announcing that arrest, saying that he had written a letter threatening to kill Trump and would, quote, self-deport to Mexico. The announcement, which also was posted by the White House on social media, contained an image of the letter as well as that photo on the left-hand side of your screen of Morales Reyes. But the claim started to unravel as investigators talked to him, and he didn't speak English fluently and obtained a handwriting sample from him that was different than the sample in the letters. That is according to court documents. Those documents also allege that Demetric Scott admitted to penning and sending the letters to the Attorney General, the police chief, and ICE.
What an
Investigators
idiot.
say Scott claimed he did it to get Morales Reyes deported from the U.S. and prevent him from testifying against him at an upcoming criminal trial. A lot to discuss here, so I do want to bring in Kane Ulahan, the attorney for Morales Reyes, who is handling his fight against deportation. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us and discuss all of this.
Well, certainly the first thing was a bit of relief because, as you said, we knew from the beginning that my client didn't write these letters, was incapable of it, and had no intention of making this type of threat. It was a bit of a relief, I think, to everyone, the family, to know that this is now public information and that the actual perpetrator has been found and charged. The other thing that went through my mind was, a hope that the Department of Homeland Security will now do the responsible thing, which is to acknowledge their mistake and to, I would hope, call for an end to the threats that my client and his family have faced.
And that was going to be my next question, is whether you had heard from Homeland Security in any way, and it sounds as though you have not, correct?
That's correct. We haven't heard anything as of yet. This is a new development. The charges were just issued yesterday, so we're still hopeful.
What about the situation as it goes from here? What are the legal avenues that are available? Because right now it sounds as though Morales Reyes, your client there, could actually be deported.
That's right. He's currently detained in a local jail, detained by ICE and facing a deportation hearing with an immigration judge in Chicago. First of all, we're focused on gaining his release so he can be with his family and try to heal from some of this trauma they've all been through. But in terms of a more long-term strategy, we're really focused on his long time in the United States and his family ties. He does have 3 United States citizen children who depend on him. And so there are some forms of relief that can be based on, longtime presence in the U.S. and the possible effects of his deportation on his children. So we're still investigating that, and we will pursue any relief that he's eligible for.
When you look a little bit closer at all of this, has Morales Reyes, can you explain what a U visa really is overall? Yeah.
So my client does have a U visa pending, and a U visa was created by Congress for 2 things, really. One, to assist law enforcement in investigating and prosecuting crimes, but also to give some motivation and protection for immigrants to come forward when they're victimized. So if an immigrant is a victim of a serious crime, They can report that to law enforcement, cooperate, and be helpful in the investigation, making our streets safer, right? Getting criminals off the streets, but also providing them with some protection. It's a visa that would allow them to stay in the United States for a period of 4 years.
As you look at this whole thing, how do high profile cases like this one right here influence maybe public opinion on immigration, deportation, and what role do attorneys play, like yourself, in kind of shaping that narrative?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a big and important role. Most folks in the American public don't see the day-to-day immigration cases that, my office handles, the marriages, the fiance visas, the other humanitarian and asylum type cases. But what they do get exposed to is these type of cases, the statements by attorneys, the statements by public officials in our government. And that's really where they get a lot of their information from. So it's so critical that when we're in these positions that we're providing accurate and truthful information, because as we've seen, there have been a lot of false reports. There's a lot of misinformation out there. So I think it's really incumbent on us.
Okay, so the letter says, we are tired of this president messing with us Mexicans. We have done more for this country than you white people. You have been deporting my family, and I think it is time Donald J. Trump get what he has coming to him. I will self-deport myself back to Mexico, but not before I use my 30-yard 6 to shoot your precious president in his head. I will see him at one of his big rallies. Okay, so so Scott ended up forging this letter and making it seem that it was Morales's handwriting, even though, I mean, come on. Obviously, they would catch the individual, which they did, and now he's detained. They made him write some stuff. He doesn't even speak English. I mean, if, in my opinion, and I've said this in other videos in regards to illegal immigrants that are here, if you're in this country illegally and the only thing you have done since you have been in this country is crossed the borders illegally and have committed no other crimes, then you should have an opportunity right now to become a U.S. citizen if you want to stay in this country. If you do not want to stay in this country, or if you do not want to be a part of America and be a U.S. citizen, then you should self-deport back to your home country. If that's what you want. If you're leaving those countries because they're not doing you and your family justice, and you've come here to seek asylum and want to have a better life for you and your kids and your grandkids, that's all great. Just become a U.S. citizen. If you're going to work here and contribute to society, be a U.S. citizen. Demetrius Scott is a piece of shit, trying to take advantage of what's going on in today's day and trying to, frame people just to get them deported. That's not the way to go. The government is already working their tail off on, finding illegal immigrants in this country, and given them many opportunities, and even recently, even paying them to leave the country, also with the free plane ticket out of the country. And some people have already. And that's not a bad thing. It's giving them an opportunity. Hey, you broke the law years ago. Instead of taking you to jail or deporting you and not giving you the ability to ever come back to America, we're asking you to leave right now. If you want to come back into this country, do it the right way. If it takes 2, 3, 5 years, it's going to take 2, 3, 5 years. And then you will become a citizen and then be permanent in this country. But coming in illegally is not the way to do it. And that's not how we're going to do it. And this should be a good role model for every future president that takes over this country. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Like and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Till next time, peace out, everybody.